Can you believe that it is already May? Isn't that crazy? So today I'm going to be sharing with you 4 grants that you need to apply to before the end of the month. I did this last month for the month of April, and it was such a hit on my channel that I figured we'd go ahead and just continue this every single month. So it's going to be my goal to try and have this mini list for you at the beginning of every month. That way you have some time. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in. So in just a few short days, guys, I do have my Where to Find grant funding workshop. This is going to be hosted May the 6th at 1 p.m. at bit.ly/funding and freelance. Now, for those of you who are already on my email list, you will be receiving the freebie via email. If you're not already subscribed on my email list, then go ahead. You can subscribe by sending me an email at hello@Buffalo Mission Co. or by joining the group at bit.ly/funding and freelance. Let's go ahead, jump right in to our first grant, which just so happens to be a federal grant. It is called the Second Chance Act Community-Based Reentry Program. The deadline for this grant is May the 19th. There are 18 awards that are going to be distributed. The award ceiling for this is $750,000. Their maximum total program funding is $13,500,000. Okay, and let's see. And I'm sorry, my database had May the 19th. So Instrumental has it as May the 19th. The actual deadline for this is May the 16th. Okay, so May the 16th is the closing of this grant. Again, there's 18 of them. There is no cost sharing or matching requirements for this federal grant. And check it out. Check out the list. You have all of your eligibility information on there. But basically, this is going to be for community-based reentry programs, improving reentry education and employment outcome programs, pay for success, swift, certain, and fair supervision, and Hope Institute are some examples. And then it says here that the SCA grant funding is designed to help communities develop and implement comprehensive and collaborative strategies that address the challenges posed by reentry and recidivism's reduction. Reentry is not a specific program, but rather an ongoing process that starts from the moment an individual is initially incarcerated and continues throughout the individual's transition from incarceration and reentry into the community. So if you at any capacity work with those individuals, men, women, or juveniles that are reentering into the community, this may be a perfect grant for you. Keep in mind that you do have to be a 501c3 organization in order to be eligible. And if you have any questions regarding the grant, you can contact them directly. Let me see if there's any other information on here that you may want to know. Okay, so all right, so I'm glad that I'm doing this like while I'm on the line, and I'm not going to edit this part because I think it's important for you, especially if you're a founder and you don't do this every single day, to see why it's so important for you to read everything in its entirety. So on grants.gov, right, it has a deadline, original closing date, current closing date for this application says May the 16th, right? Instrumental, which is the database that I use, says May the 19th. I go into the actual Bureau of Justice Assistance, U.S. Department of Justice page for this grant, and it says closing date May the 23rd, posting date March the 16th, right? Then I keep going down and it says grants.gov deadline May the 19th, application just grants deadline May the 23rd. At 9 p.m. Eastern time, okay? So date, if I go all the way to the bottom, it once again says date modified March the 17th, 2022. Grants.gov deadline changed to May the 19th. Okay, so this is why it's so important for you to read, guys, because as you saw, there were 3 different deadlines mentioned. To be on the safe side, would go and get this grant submitted on or by the 19th. All right, don't worry about the 23rd. I wouldn't even play with that date. I would have it submitted by the 19th of May, just to make sure that your application gets in on time, okay? Now, this is a lengthy grant. However, if you have all of your information already together, then it should be pretty simple. My recommendation is to delegate. That is the best way to work on really any grant, is to delegate certain portions of it, whether you're delegating the budget to one team, the narrative to another team, the faculty section to another team, like whatever it is that you're distributing, just definitely delegate this grant. It is a huge opportunity, $750,000. So I mean, go for it. Just try. You really, really never know. Because my last episode was based on what can you use the grants for, I just wanted to take a second and say that as you read through it, on page 9, you will notice it says unallowable cost. Okay. It tells you right here, what can you not use this grant for? You can't use it for prizes, rewards, entertainment, trinkets, or any type of monetary incentive, client stipends. You can't use it for gift cards. You can't use it for vehicles, and you can't use it for food and beverage. Okay, and it does have a DOJ grants financial guide, which will tell you exactly what you can use the money for. All right, and yeah, definitely take your time with this. Me personally, the steps that I would take is I would print out the requirements for this grant, and what I like to do is just go in with a highlighter and highlight all of the most important pieces that really stand out to me. So that is the first grant. This has a deadline of May the 19th. $750,000 is the ceiling for that grant. Next, we're going to move on to the Jobber grant. It's $15,000 with a deadline of May the 26th. Okay. And this is rewarding great work in home service. So they are going to be awarding 25 grants across 3 different categories. It's a 5-minute application, so super duper easy. Again, because I think it's important for you guys to understand the timelines when it comes to grants. This grant, the phase 1 of this grant, is open until May the 26th. However, the recipients, the awardees of this grant won't be announced until August. So that just gives you an idea that grants really are the long game, okay? So just something I wanted to point out there. Now, they do have 3 different categories. So they have pre-business grants. So this is for entrepreneurs that haven't yet launched their business but have ideas. This second one is new business owner. So you're within that for 0 to 3 years of being an entrepreneur. You're still really building. And then you have the seasoned category, and that's for business owners that have been operating for 3 or more years. So their grants range from $2,500 to $15,000. Again, 15 minutes, super duper easy. It's a home service business. And so here are some examples of what that means. That could be landscaping, interior or exterior cleaning, contractors, plumbing, alarm systems, mobile car detailing. Guys, if you know anybody, I know a couple people that do mobile car detailing. So if you know anybody who would qualify for these, then absolutely let them know so that they can go ahead and apply. Right? So let's see what else is on here. I just want to see what other information you should know. Okay. All right. So If you are applying for the not yet an entrepreneur area, please be sure that you have an idea, a clear idea of what it is you're going to be offering, okay? Because that is literally the first question it asks you after it asks you the basic eligibility questions. It's what services you plan to offer and anything else you'd like to share. 1,250 characters, guys. That's crazy. I think that's one of the longest that I've seen so far. So this is a Jobber grant. Again, all of these grants are going to be linked down below, and you will receive the links as well on the email list if you're already subscribed. So this is the Jobber grant, $15,000, May the 6th deadline. We're going to move on to the Chick-fil-A True Inspiration Award. This has a May 20th deadline, and it can be up to $350,000 that you get for this grant, which is, hello, incredible. I love this because Chick-fil-A gives you the opportunity to look at past winners. And like I've mentioned before, I really like doing this because it gives me an idea of where their priorities are for that particular funding cycle. Tell me where you've been and I'll tell you, where you're probably going kind of situation. So this grant, it has a floor of $30,000 and $350,000 is their ceiling. Now, the next application period is from March the 14th through the 20th, through May the 20th, excuse me. And let's see what the eligibility is here. So you must be a 501c3 organization to be eligible. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And go ahead and give this a try. Okay, they do have, it looks like they've got 4 categories here. So they have caring for people, caring through food, community, and caring for our planet. So they award 4 winners in every single category. All right. So go ahead, give that a shot. Even if it's $30,000 that you win, that is still a significant amount of money that can impact your business. All right, let's move on to the Mrs. T Pierogies, which closes actually on Mother's Day. So this is a nice little treat. If you want to nominate your mom, it's $5,000 that they are giving away weekly. Okay. This grant, you must have your nominees email. So if you're going to be nominating someone, please be sure to put in their email. If you're going to be nominating yourself, then obviously you would just use your own email. And then it's 240 characters that you would have in order to explain why are you nominating that person or why are you nominating yourself. Now, I do want to mention that it's 240 characters, not 240 words. Okay. Very important that you know this because if you are like me, you will go ahead and you'll write a nice, concise, impactful little snippet that's 240 words exactly. And then when you go to copy and paste it in there, it's going to give you a no-go. Why? Because it's 240 characters. So spaces matter. Therefore, you're not going to get really as much room as you would like, but it's still a great opportunity. It's $15,000 there's a grand prize, okay, of $15,000, but it's $5,000 every single week that they're giving until Mother's Day. So these are the 4 grants that you should be looking out for and you should be applying for this month. Now, if you're saying, oh my gosh, 2 out of the 4 are for nonprofits, Sloan, what can I do? Well, you can partner with a nonprofit and apply through a fiscal partnership. You could at the very least share this grant with somebody that you know could use the money, because I believe that what goes around comes around. So the more that you give, the more that you get back. And yeah, guys, I will see you May the 6th at the Where to Find Grants workshop. And if you have any questions, if you have any grants, if you actually got some of these grants, if you are awardees of even last month's grants, please let me know. I would love to hear your success stories as you are pursuing this money that really is for you. I truly believe that. Thank you so much for being here today, and I will catch you in next week's episode. Many blessings on you.